Hello followers, welcome back to the channel. If you are visiting my channel first time, please subscribe it. I will be sharing video on SQL, PLSQL, performance tuning and interview topics. Let's begin with today's topic. Today we are going to see the topic Oracle PLSQL parameter cursor and ref cursor. What are the strong and weak ref cursor? These three topics we are going to see. What is parameter cursor? So parameter cursor is an explicit cursor that accept one or more parameter when opened. Okay, so normal explicit cursor, we won't pass any parameter, but parameters cursor, instead of hard coding the value inside the select statement, we will pass at the runtime. Runtime, we will pass the value. Okay, so without parameter, this is the cursor declaration. What happening here in the var class default, we are sending with 10. Okay, department number 10 we are sending. So while opening the cursor, always it will open with the 10, always. It's fixed. Okay. If it's parameter cursor, as part of declaration, we will create cursor name within brackets. What is the input parameter we are going to pass? That parameter also we will pass, and that parameter we will use it wherever it's required. So we are using it in the var class department. So what happened now? In the runtime, while opening the cursor, we can pass the input. This input will be assigned here, then the result will be fetched. Okay. So this is the pseudo syntax. So cursor name within the bracket, what is the parameter and what is the data type, and is a normal select statement. Okay, and the parameter will be used. Okay, this is a simple example. So I am taking the employee table, employee number, ename shall based on the department. Okay, the department will be passed at the runtime, and I am creating the one instance for this cursor type. Okay, cursor type I am creating subtype. So always if you are row type, then what happen? It will inherit all the structure of this cursor type into this. Okay, while opening, first I am opening with department 20. So 20 is department data, it will fetch and it move to here. So then I will print it. So the same cursor we can open it for other department also. While passing only we have to change the parameter, then we will be getting the different department values. Okay, runtime we can change the parameter. So same cursor is for different department using parameters. Okay, that is the parameter cursor. What is cursor variable? So cursor variable is called ref cursor. Okay, it's pointer to the query result. Okay, normal cursor what happened? It doesn't show the SQL, but it's pointing to the query result, and it can be reused. Okay, what happened? Um, if you're having only SQL, okay. So if you want to open different SQL statement in the runtime dynamically, okay. So normal cursor, it's only one SQL, but ref cursor, we can use different SQL statement, dynamic and reusable, commonly used for procedure and application. From the front end, whatever happen, example, from the Java side result set, it's a one weak ref cursor. Okay, runtime they will call, and it will be created based on the input. Any reporting tool, they are writing the query and they are calling weak ref cursor. So that's the way it will work. Okay, so cursor with ref cursor. Okay, cursor is static fixed SQL, compile time, not assignable, less flexible. Okay, these are the features of cursor. If you see ref cursor, it's dynamic. So we can pass different SQL. It's happening in the runtime. So we can assign different values. Okay, highly flexible. So, okay, what is weak ref cursor? Okay, if it's not having any return type. Okay, uh, so if weak ref cursor, we can pass any query. Okay, there is no restriction. We can pass any query, and it will runtime. It will be building the result set, and it will be used. Okay, this is a syntax type. Type name is ref cursor. It's called weak ref cursor. Okay, so here if you declare this one, then once you can create the instance, then here whatever the query you are writing, just to, you can, while opening, you can use this cursor variable to store it. Okay, so runtime it will automatically build and it will be used. Okay, what is strong ref cursor? Strong ref cursor, it's having return type. Okay, so compiler time it validates structure. So here type name is ref cursor, return type we have return type this. Okay, then compile time, it what happened, the structure should be similar like amp table. Okay, it can be other table but the structure should be similar. Then those kind of query structure will be used this strong ref cursor. Okay, so this is the syntax for this. Type name is ref cursor, return, then which table structure we are going to use as a cursor type, then this is the row type. Okay, so then I am creating the instance. Okay, so here, so if it's not with that table structure, then it won't accept it. It will throw error. Okay. Um. Okay. Strong ref cursor. Um. If the structure is not matching, then it will throw error. Okay. Okay. So weak ref cursor, we can use any table, then it will work. But strong ref cursor only it's emp table, then only it will work. If you created with return type emp, else it will fail. Okay. Okay. Strong versus weak ref cursor, what is the difference? So strong ref cursor, return class is mandatory. Okay, strong ref cursor, return type is mandatory, and compile time validation it will happen. Type save. Okay, so already we are declaring return type, so it's type save. Better for us performance, but less flexible. Okay, performance is good, but still, we are going with a predefined structure, so flexible is less. Bcrypt cursor, no return class. We don't have any return. So runtime validation required, not type shape, highly flexible. Okay. So if you are creating the dynamic SQL, then you can go for Bcrypt cursor. Okay. Okay. So this is the example. Okay. Okay. Real time. So in the reporting tool we use, so yeah, so runtime, they can pass the front end, from the front end whatever the input they are applying, based on the input they can query the data and they can display it. Okay, based on the user input the query is built and the ref cursor can be used. Okay, so let's go with practical session. Okay, practical example of, let's go with 1 minute. Okay, so here if you see, uh, this is the um, declaration part of parameter cursor. So what I am doing, I am creating the one parameter cursor, taking one input, department table, and while opening I am using 20. Then I am fetching and uh, importing it. Okay. So first time I'm verify. Okay. So now I'm running this block. Okay. If you see here, so whatever the department 20, I am fetched. Okay. So now what I am doing, instead of changing the query, so for parameter, I want to see 10th department. Just we'll call it, we can use 10th. Okay. Then what happened? Now I can query the data of department and 10. Okay, so now if you see these two people are from department 10. That's a way only changing the parameter we can get the value from the particular department. So based on this is why dynamically the result set will be built based on the input. So this input will be passed here and it will be assigned to this var class. Okay, that's the way the parameter cursor will work. Okay. Weak ref cursor. So this is the declaration for weak ref cursor, and I am taking the um, ename and I created a reference. I am creating one ename type. Okay. So just I am opening this cursor. So I am assigning to this cursor variable. Okay. I am fetching the ename and assigning to this variable. So and after that I am into class. I am putting this here. Okay. Basic loop fetch into this variable, single variable. I am putting it and displaying it. Okay. This is for weak cursor. So this one it's ready to hold um, any data type, okay, any kind of structure. Okay, so let's try this out. See now it's printing all the department number from EMP. Okay, department name. Okay, ename we are just taking ename from EMP. So runtime strong ref cursor. So here we kept return type. Okay, this is the strong ref cursor which is having return type. So the structure should be similar like EMP. Then only it will um, run and it will give the result. Okay, this is a declaration and I am creating on cursor subtype and I am creating on composite data type to store the values. Okay, so I am first from query I am putting it to this ref cursor type. From ref cursor type to my composite variable I am storing it. I am exiting it when and I am printing it. Okay, so let's try this. So now okay, now I am printing that from the department number, whatever that. So anytime, see example here we kept a star. Okay, if they are changing any column in the EMP, it's nothing. It will automatically it will runtime it will create the memory and it will store it. Okay. Okay. Next, we graph cursor already we saw. So just one more example with only specific columns. Okay, that one also we can see it. Okay. It's the um, from the DPT table, we are printing department number, VName and location. That's what it is. Okay. So then sysref cursor. Okay. This is predefined weakref cursor. Okay. In the Oracle. So this one also we can use it directly. So just whatever the if we declare it as sysref cursor, then directly what we will do, we will fetch and we can assign to this level. It's so it's a weak ref cursor given by Oracle. It's a sys ref cursor. So explicitly also we can create our own ref cursors, weak ref cursor. Okay, it's based on your need. You can create it. So it's a similar way how we are assigning to weak ref cursors. If a sys ref cursor also we can assign the same way. Okay, that's it. This is the example for sys ref cursor. So if you know syntax of the one, remaining all same. Okay. So procedure, we can create procedure and time we will call it. So okay. As part of procedure topic, I will explain how to declare the input parameter output. Okay. So normally in the front end we will give some procedure. The procedure will pass out more parameters. So whatever the result we are sending it. Okay. That's the way it will work. Okay. So just it's one procedure. So, and we are calling with this 30. That's the way because so this is the way it's call and so front end people they will call with parameter and it will display the output. Okay. That's the way front end will work. Front end just they will call procedure with the input parameter. Okay. So the way front end or um, reporting tool people just they will call and they will get the outputs. Okay. So strong ref cursor, what I did here EMP table row type. Okay. I am I want to fetch it from department. It won't allow because the structure is different. EMP table and DPT. So it will not allow. It will give error. Okay. Let me show. So we run. It will give the error. So wrong data type. So always the structure should be same. Okay. So now if you want this one, so let me. So I want to fetch this one. Then EMP DPT. Then I can go for DPT row type and here I can take it for star. Okay, so whatever structure from DPT, then I can hold this. Okay. So now it's running. Okay, I'm not printing it. That's why it's not showing the print. So if you want, you can fetch and read normal process. Whatever the process we use, same process we can use, and we can print it. Okay, now it's so. If you are strong ref cursor, the table structure should be similar, or else it will fail. Okay. Ah, this is what I want to cover it. Okay, let's me go through the interview questions. Okay. Okay, so these are the interview questions. What is parameter cursor? So parameter cursor is an explicit cursor that accepts the parameter when opened fetch result different result. Okay. If you want to fetch the different result sets on the runtime, so you are going to say in parameter cursor. Okay. Why do you use parameter cursor? So if you want to make the cursor reusable by passing different values at runtime, then we need parameter cursor. What is ref cursor? Ref cursor is cursor variable that point to the result set of the query. Okay, just a cursor variable is point the results of the query. Okay, runtime. Sorry. What is difference between cursor and ref cursor? Cursor has fixed query. Ref cursor can point to different queries dynamically. Okay. What is strong ref cursor? Strong ref cursor is predefined return type and enforce compile time type checking. What is weak ref cursor? It's not having no return type. So it can point any result query. Okay. Can ref cursor can return multiple rows? Yes, ref cursor can return multiple rows that are fetched one at a time. Okay. Can we pass ref cursor to the procedure? Yes, ref cursor can be passed as an in, out, and or in output parameter. We can pass it. Can we weak ref cursor point to different table? Yes, it can be point. Weak ref cursor can point the different tables. Okay, with a different structure. What is written in the strong ref cursor? So it's it's defined row structure that ref cursor must return. Okay, the cursor should return that particular type. That is so okay. Which is faster, strong or weak ref cursor? Strong ref cursor is slightly faster because compile time type checking. Okay, because of that it will be a bit faster. So what is the difference between explicit cursor and ref cursor? Yeah, an explicit cursor has fixed query, while ref cursor is a cursor variable. Support dynamic SQL. So dynamic SQL mostly we use this ref cursor. Okay. Difference between sysref cursor and ref cursor. Sysref cursor is predefined weak ref cursor type. Okay, it's predefined. Ref cursor we define as a strong or weak. So ref cursor we can define strong or weak, but it's predefined weak ref cursor, sysref cursor. Why do application prefer ref cursors? Because application prefer ref cursor because it's allow flexible and dynamic results. Okay, dynamically they can pass any query. Okay, can strong ref cursor can open other table? Yes, it can be possible, but the structure should be same. If it's same, then it will possible to open other table. Why should we use sysref cursor? When you need flexibility, generic cursor for dynamic execute procedure returning result, you can use it. So, okay, that's the end of the video. Thank you for viewing. Please subscribe my channel, share it to your friends. Please share your feedback, comments. Thank you. Please subscribe it.